This is Inside Texas Politics with Jason Whiteley.
All right, time once again for our reporters roundtable to put the headlines into perspective. Ross is back with us from the Texas Tribune. Also joining us each week, Bud Kennedy from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, plus Bernadine Steptoe, the political producer at WFAA in Dallas. Thanks to all of you for joining once again. So everybody's been talking about these huge numbers of early voters in places like Houston and Tarrant County, really in all of the urban centers across the state. We still have 2 full weeks to go. So what do we make of these long lines and these big numbers, these early voting turnouts that we're seeing, which have turned into records in week 1, Bud?
Well, you know, a lot of these early voters, these are people who always vote. That's what the records show. These are Democrats, Republicans. These are regular voters. They're not new people. What we need to see, we see obviously 1 million in Harris, more than 1 million now in Dallas and Tarrant. Those are the second and third largest counties. But we don't see anybody new. We'll see if anybody new comes out the next couple of weeks.
Ross, what do you say about what we've been seeing across the state so far?
Well, you know, more than 2 million people voted in the first week of early voting. It's hard to tell until you get to the end whether that was exuberance and people just wanted to vote early as quickly as they could, or whether it's a sign of a really big turnout. But we can say that at least in this first week, voters were excited about it, ready to go, and willing to line up for it.
Yeah, a lot of people have been questioning whether we can keep up this pace for the expanded early voting this time around. Bernadine, what say you?
I think that we will keep up that pace because everybody, as Bud said, they're excited and they're going to continue going to the polls all the way up until Election Day.
And we've been seeing those long lines snaking around a lot of these voting centers, so we may see more of that in the weeks to come here, especially in the middle of a pandemic. A lot of folks not comfortable with what they might encounter on Election Day itself. Big thanks to all of you once again for putting the headlines into perspective with us here.